Hi there guys, welcome to Box Pride. The other day I was speaking to my brother and he asked me, what I thought of Amir Khan losing to Danny Garcia. And I went on, the conversation went on and I explained to him that I felt that moving forward Amir Khan should change his trainer. I don't feel that moving forward Freddie Roach offers the right thing for him. And then I came home and I saw some news bites on the internet, stating that Amir Khan is giving Freddie Roach some sort of ultimatum, that he wants to be his first #1 fighter, and also hinting that he may actually leave Roach. So, I thought I'd come on here and just express my views to you guys, just give my opinion on the matter, why I think that Amir Khan should move trainer away from Freddie Roach to somebody else. This is first and foremost by no means a Freddie Roach bashing video. I'm not going to stand here and say he's not a top trainer, because he is. He's clearly fantastic at what he does, but I just don't feel that he is the right trainer right now for Amir Khan, and I don't feel that the working relationship they have is sufficient to meet Amir Khan's needs at this point and situation in his career. Roach is not fully to blame, obviously. The majority of the blame always has to fall with the fighter, and Amir Khan has issues. He has his issues. Amir Khan gets too emotionally caught up in fights. We've seen it for a while now. He gets away with it quite a lot, but in this one he didn't. Now, it's my firm belief that against a guy like Danny Garcia, he should be outboxing the guy and just winning a decision. If the knockout comes, it comes. But if he's looking for it every fight, he's going to come up against guys who have a bit of a boxing brain, like Garcia, who are patient, like Garcia, and who will take the opportunity when it comes, like Garcia did on the weekend. And as long as he stays with Freddie Roach, this is always going to be the case. You see, Freddie Roach is a fantastic trainer in training fighters to be good in attack. He's not renowned for his, defensive work. And for me, that's clearly evident. You have to judge this on his two main fighters, being Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao. Now, Pacquiao has built a career, or the latter part of his career now, where he's gained so much notoriety and fame under Roach. He's built that upon opponents' fear of his power and his speed and his attack. So most of the time, his opponent's too concerned with protecting themselves to do any damage to Pacquiao. And obviously Pacquiao is a tremendously skilled athlete and boxer, and a lot more goes into it than that. But that's the fundamental basis I believe that Roach works off, is let the opposition worry about us, we won't worry about them. Now, again, Pacquiao's kryptonite is a good counterpuncher, a patient guy, a very technically skilled guy, like Juan Manuel Marquez. The fight against Timothy Bradley, which I felt Pacquiao won, again, he didn't dominate that fight in terms of hurting Bradley and, not getting hit himself, because Bradley has a boxing brain, and he has the skills, or on that night he did, to be able to trouble Pacquiao and to not let Pacquiao have it all his own way. And I really feel that Roach fighters, when things aren't going their own way, when the opposition actually asks questions of them, I'm not sure if their responses on evidence are strong enough. I'm not sure they can pull it from within to win a real tight-fought battle, and that concerns me, particularly regarding Amir Khan. You see Amir Khan, when he got knocked down, he tries to get straight back up. He shows no experience, he shows no ring savvy, no intelligence in that ring, to just take the knee, clear his head, take his time. He gets straight back up to his feet. Worst thing you can do. Wants to rush back in there, wants to carry on fighting. He needs somebody who's going to give him their 100% attention, He needs someone who's going to treat him as a #1 fighter because he needs it. Some fighters don't need that. Some fighters have boxing IQ. Some fighters can fight on their own in there. They just need somebody who can take them through the mitt work and someone who can just get them in shape, and they'll do the rest. You know, it's rare, but there have been talents like that. Amir Khan's not one of those. It's clear to see. He needs to be babied at this point in his career, I'm afraid. You know, I've always been a guy who said, you know, Amir Khan is one of the top boxers. I really do believe he's very talented. He has a lot of speed, and in attack, he's I still maintain, one of the best attacking boxers in boxing right now. You know, he can throw a 5-punch flurry or a drop of a hat, and that's what's going to concern opponents. He's not particularly a hard puncher. That's another problem he's having, is that some fighters are succumbing to his punches, but some fighters are just not. They're able to just, when he's jumping in all the time, like he did against Garcia, you know, a mindful fighter is able to time that. They're able to think, brace themselves for it, and they expect it to be coming. You know, it's not sort of this selected aggression that Khan needs to move forward with now. He needs to be very more selective in his aggression. Can't just be throwing, you know, aggressive flurry after aggressive flurry, coming in trying to throw combinations every second. He needs to be able to step back and use it, you know, mindfully. Yeah? He needs now to move to a trainer who's going to balance him out, because he's all out attack now. He's not defensive at all. He's got no defensive skills, completely, you know, no defense. He hasn't got defensive skills that are on par where they need to be for him to be at the top of the game, and for him not to be knocked out and not to be hurt. He's getting hit far too much in matches. He needs somebody who's just going to balance out that with some defensive skills, and who's going to teach him the art of selective aggression, and who's going to teach him a different game plan. Because Roach has been able to get away with it with Pacquiao, and I can't really put my finger on why. Perhaps it's Pacquiao's talent, perhaps it's his opposition he's gone up against. Maybe you can say a lot of Manny Pacquiao's opposition has been, you know, chosen wisely, not in terms of them being bad boxers, but in the style matchup, maybe they know they're not guys who are going to be actually mindful or patient enough to be able to turn the tables. You know, when he went up against Marquez, we saw that all-out attack mentality, the lack of defence, he gets hit. Pacquiao gets hit. You know, as simple as. When an opponent is able to land their shots, Pacquiao doesn't really have the best defence. It's just them getting the opportunity to attack. You know, where Pacquiao's coming forward all the time and they're concerned about him. You got a guy like Marquez who's very good at timing and slipping punches and good in defence himself, and then mixed with that his ability to counterpunch, then Pacquiao has problems. And Amir Khan's going to have the same problems if he stays with Roach. He is going to have the same problems. His defence will not improve. I don't feel Roach is the type of guy you employ if you want to become sound in defence. He's more of an all-out attack. Offence is the best defence, if you like. That's the phrase I'm looking for. And that is Freddie Roach, his tactic for me, the way he trains his boxers. I just feel like Amir Khan needs a guy who's going to put him to the forefront, spend 100% of the time with him, teach him about simple things. Like if you get caught and you get hurt, you take your time, you don't rush back in. Teach him how to clinch properly, teach him how to ride storms, and mainly teach him the art of defence. To balance out is already great foundation of attacking boxing. Because he's just by leaving Roach, he's not going to lose that attacking ability. You know, he's not suddenly going to forget everything that Roach has taught him, and he can carry that forward. But he either stays with Roach and gets no defence and keeps getting, you know, hurt, or even if he wins fights, getting cut up and bruised, or he goes to someone who can teach him how to balance that attack with a strong defence, and he outboxes guys. Forget about knocking guys out. Let's just outbox them, because he has the ability to outbox all of the guys that he's lost to. Bradis Prescott, I know that was earlier in his career, but Lamont Peterson and Danny Garcia. He can outbox all of those guys. He could be a very good pound for pound fighter if he just took a bit more of an approach like an Anselmo Moreno guy, who isn't the best to watch, but he gets the job done. On the flip side, he's an exciting fighter to watch, Khan. He's popular because he's exciting to watch, and because he's got pride, because he takes risks, because he gets emotionally involved and caught up. That's why we like watching him. But for his own health and his own career, I'm afraid to say he has to start getting a little bit more boring. And I don't like saying that, but that's the advice. If you're giving a guy advice based on health and his boxing career, that's the advice I'd need to give him. So this video is running on over 10 minutes now, so I'm going to stop it there. I know you guys, possibly a lot of you are going to disagree with me. You know, Freddie Roach is a great trainer, and in an attacking sense, there's probably no one better. But in defensive sense, he leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. It's not really his focus, and Khan needs to get someone with that focus. So thanks for watching. This is BoxPred, and I'm out.